Alright, welcome back. Welcome to episode 3 of my film review. Or movie, if you are, of course, one of them American fellas. Right, so today I'm doing E.T., right? And we all know what E.T. is short for. Because he's got little legs. Just a joke. Of course, it stands for Extra-Testicle, as you can see there. So, yeah. Not only is it a bit Halloweeny, but it's also 40 years old. So, let's celebrate on that. Right, let's go. It's my film review. Right, so there's this little fella, right? He comes off his ship thing, right? Little fella. He's made of sausage meat, I think. Does it say? It don't say, but I think he's made of sausage meat, yeah. Right? And there's this little kid, and he's called Elliot, right? He finds E.T., but no one believes him at first, right? Then he comes back and he moves into a closet, and when he gets scared, he goes, Wah! And the little girl teaches him to speak and dresses him up like Gail Platt from Coronation Street, right? And he says he wants to go home, and he tries to phone his mates, and his finger glows, and he's making a machine, right? And then E.T. and Elliot go biking, right? And the bike starts flying, and it flies past the moon and crashes, right? And he sets his machine up in woods or something, right? But then he ends up kipping in a stream next to a raccoon. So they're getting back to the house, right? And he's ill, and him and Elliot might be dying, right? And then E.T. gets covered in talcum powder or something then, right? And he's lying on the floor, and then some people in suits come over, and hundreds of men in suits and bubble stuff and stuff all over, right? And let me tell you, that's such an American response, right? If it had been over in the UK, we'd probably made him Prime Minister, but I digress, right? Yeah, right? So, Elliot and E.T. are hooked up to machines dying, right? And then E.T. dies, and there's not a dry eye in the house. It's really emotional, right? And then men stick him in one of them vacuum-packed bags, right? Put him in a little freezer, right? Dead. But then by some miracle, he wakes up and he keeps going, home, 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 home. And then Elliot and his brother nick off with him in a government van or something, right? And they all meet up with the boys back from the beginning, right? And they're all riding bikes running front men, right? All kids rode bikes in them days, I know, because I've seen it on Stranger Things, right? So they race back to the woods, right? And his mates come back for him, and his heart starts glowing, right? And it's an emotional goodbye with Elliot, right? And then he says, I'll be right here. Or something like that. He picks up some flowers, right? And then he hops onto his ship and he goes home. And then there's a rainbow, and I think he lives happily ever after, right? And that's it. A bloody lovely film for all the family. And I'll give it 5 stars out of 5. And that's it. Yeah. I hope you've enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. And all that's left to say is, happy birthday, E.T. Have a good one. Have a few beers. And, oh, that reminds me. I forgot this bit. Ta-ra!